Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Opinions from the Sideline podcast. I know we've missed last week, but we're back now.
We're finally back, mate.
It's good to be back.
We know
I know you guys missed us.
Mate.
I know it was
riveting entertainment.
It was a long week without us on your screens, but I'm glad we're back, mate. What have you been doing over the break?
Mate, over the break, not much, mate.
It wasn't really a break. It was technical issues. We put it down to technical issues.
Technical issues,
yeah,
they call it. But
yeah.
No, not much, mate. Just working, living the dream, mate. You know,
yeah, as you do. Yeah. There's been some huge sport over that period, and
a lot to talk about.
Yeah, oh, definitely, man. It's been crazy. But what we will sort of mention as well is we did have a huge giveaway last week, and we want to thank everyone for liking, sharing, and commenting. The big winner though, who won that, mate?
Mate,
Jaden Zuda,
the
legend.
Big
He's
rig,
a great
mate.
bloke, and so he won the 2 tickets to the Melbourne Demons versus Brisbane Lions.
He was a D's fan though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a D's fan.
Unlucky Jaden.
We'll forgive him for that. But I know he sent us a photo in with him and one of his kids enjoying the game. So we're glad those 2 tickets went to good use, man.
Makes it all
awesome.
worth it. And just want to give a shout out to everyone for the support and really appreciate getting around it. We'll make sure we do heaps through the year and stuff. So,
so the more people interact with us, the more giveaways and stuff we'll be able to do. So get involved, guys.
Everyone loves free shit, mate. So
so on to mate, who doesn't? But yeah, so we got a huge episode today, mate. We got a bit of a challenge coming up. We've been spruiking that a bit.
We it's a first all challenge of the week. We're calling it, mate.
Oh, my lips are
moist.
No, I was very excited when we were sitting around the boardroom table coming up with these ideas
Down the office, mate.
Down our office that we own. And as soon as this challenge idea came up, we relished the opportunity to go head to head, don't we?
Oh, we thought there's no way we're not doing this.
Nah, we've got to go.
There's no bloody way we're not doing it.
So we put it out to you guys. We had a poll on Facebook and socials, so Instagram. We put out there what punishment the loser should do. This week we've selected Shoey out of the loser's shoe. So we're going to do a soccer challenge this week, and that's going to be airing probably halfway through the episode, so stay tuned for that, guys. And the loser will be doing a Shoey out of the winner's shoe. Which, look, I don't know how that's going to go, but
we've got filthy shoes as well. We're both sport addicts, mate, so our shoes
what we do for the entertainment of these guys. Please, if that isn't worth a subscribe and a like, I don't know what is. So please get around it, guys.
It'd be good, but yeah, stay tuned. Man. For that one. But, mate,
so where do you want to start?
To start us off, we've got to surely start with the NBA free agency.
Mate, it has been crazy, bro.
What a wild start to
couldn't believe it.
This summer free agent. So,
mate,
we've got to start with the biggest bombshell.
Absolutely.
Which we heard I think it was yesterday.
Yes.
Mate, Kawhi Leonard signing with the Clippers.
How crazy.
Massive.
Yeah.
Mate. So
he made everyone wait too.
It actually got to the point where they dropped it down to the Lakers and the Raptors. That's where it was going.
Yeah, so they've sort of sideswiped everyone now. The Clippers.
The Clippers deserve this. They've done everything right. I think I mentioned on our last podcast.
Yeah.
Mate, they've done everything right as an association. They've got a great GM in Jerry West. They've got an amazing front office.
Yeah.
They've got a great Hall of Fame coach. Mate, they deserve this. They've ended up with him. And then to follow, what was it, not even an hour or two after that announcement happened, suddenly Paul George is being traded.
They've got the deuce. And as soon as it happened all so quickly, like we all know Kyrie's been waiting so long. He's made this bombshell announcement.
Yep.
It was only a matter of time before that second guy came, but I didn't think it was going to be that quick.
Absolutely. And Paul, out of all people, Paul George.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
Man, you knew if he was going to go to the Clippers, they were going to find someone else, but I didn't think there was no one else left in the free agency.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, that's why I think everyone had counted the Clippers out.
I wouldn't have thought OKC would have let him go.
No, but apparently no one even knew. He just requested a trade over the last week before Kawhi.
Yeah.
So they've obviously been chatting with each other and stuff.
This up. Yeah.
So, and then to then get traded to the Clippers.
Yeah.
For an aging Gallinari.
Yeah.
That guard, I think Shea's his first name. Great young guard though. I think he's only second year. And then just a heap of picks.
Yeah.
First round picks.
So obviously OKC just trying to load up their
They're obviously going into a rebuild mode here. Which you can't blame them. Russell Westbrook and Paul they were never gonna work together. They weren't.
Nah, they weren't.
Like first round exit again. So you gotta, if you're the Thunder front office, you gotta think, we've got to do something here.
Yeah, exactly. But now reports are in the past sort of hour or two that apparently Westbrook sort of organised a a meeting with the GM of OKC to try and get out of there as well.
Request a trade, mate. Bailing out.
Look, if you're OKC, I would certainly try and entertain that.
Absolutely.
That's pretty big because if you can get him out and commit to the total rebuild, then I don't see a problem with that at all.
No, not at all. And then if you're... Depending on if they then get rid of like Steven Adams and a few guys like that, then they can obviously try and wouldn't say tank, but be on that bottom to get into a good lottery pick for next season. Try and rebuild the roster from there.
Yeah, definitely.
But massive news, not what I was expecting. Mate.
No, man, it's shocking.
But
for something that just happened this morning, a lot has changed in that last hour or two already. So it's a fast moving.
And it's funny how much Kawhi's changed the league here now. He's almost balanced it a little bit, done a Thanos.
Man, it's finally the NBA is actually at the most balanced point I've seen in a long time, man.
And he's ruined the Spurs dynasty leaving there.
Yeah,
he's ruined the Warriors dynasty. Riddled them with injuries and beat them in the finals, and now going to the Clippers to balance the league out.
Yeah.
So now
we look in LA now, and it's not the Lakers completely taking that stardom now.
Well, it's quite even.
It's pretty even, man. That's pretty awesome.
The Lakers have all gone and got Rajon Rondo back. They've gone and got JaVale McGee back.
Yeah.
They've signed Quinn Cook.
Yes.
They've got DeMarcus Cousins.
That was happened in the past half an hour.
Just happened today. So man, they're just as good.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
You've got LeBron, AD. Boogie, still got Kyle Kuzma.
Yep.
Depending on who the Clippers, obviously they've still got Lou Will, Pat Beverly, guys like that. But I still think the Lakers with that roster hold that title for now. Hold that LA.
Yeah, but so the beautiful thing would be if they met in the Western Conference Finals.
Oh mate,
I mean, obviously we know Golden State and there's all the other competitors. I mean, Houston is still thereabouts.
It's going to be a tough.
It's going to be interesting if there was a showdown in LA for that Western Conference Championship and they're playing 7 games at Staples Center.
Yeah, wouldn't that be wild?
That'd be pretty cool, man. That would be pretty cool to see.
Be good to see, but it just depends how it all goes, and obviously depends if how Clay comes back after that ACL injury for the Warriors and
it'd be interesting
and
to
all
see,
that. But it's going to be
what happens.
It's going to make the NBA funner to watch now. Like it's going to be way funner to actually watch. Like it's not so predictable. Like it's so up in the air now. Even
definitely.
in the Eastern Conference, mate. Yeah. Going on to that, you've got the Brooklyn Super Team now.
Yes. So we head over that to now. So we got Kyrie and KD. Obviously, KD's not going to play next year.
No, but DeAndre Jordan as well.
Yeah.
So massive. Even with Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan, they've still got Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen. They've got a lot of young talent still with good supporting cast.
Yeah.
So
if they gel together, I mean, they're going to make some noise this year for sure.
Absolutely.
But especially, if they can build on a culture this season and then plan for KD's return, they're going to be a force next year.
That's what this season for them is, just chemistry.
Yeah.
Building chemistry, putting in the foundations.
Yes.
Getting that good, obviously roster. Then you got KD coming back the year after, and then you'll make some noise. But I don't know how they'll go this year. But yeah, it will be very interesting.
Yeah, that's
how far they will go, and obviously the Eastern Conference will be quite competitive as well.
Yeah, definitely.
With those ones, I don't know how the Raptors are going to go now.
Yeah, well, there's reports that they've rejected trades as well. So
yeah, was it? So the Thunder. I don't know who's heard this. The Thunder offered Paul George and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, to Toronto.
To Toronto for Kawhi.
Yeah, it was Kawhi and
no, not Kawhi,
Siakam.
Not Kawhi.
No, it was Siakam.
Siakam.
It was Siakam.
Kawhi.
Yeah,
Pascal Siakam.
Yeah,
that's all they asked for.
And they've rejected that. Yeah,
for 2 All-Stars.
Yeah, they've rejected that. Yeah,
you pretty much just become the Thunder then, really, if you're Toronto. Do you really want that?
No.
You really want to take on Russell Westbrook's $38 million a year contract?
$38 million a year over the next 4 years. So that's a bit of a liability
mate.
Looking at the back to
probably the smartest thing they've ever done, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Besides having Drake as your mascot,
but Drake's gonna be livid.
Yeah, he would be livid, mate. But so is the NBA, mate. This is what it is. It's a business.
Yeah, it's all money, mate. That's what it's about. So.
Another big thing, an interesting thing that happened was that signing trade with D'Angelo Russell that put him to the Warriors out of all places.
Yeah, well, obviously the Warriors plan on KD moving out, so they need to go. Okay, we've got to at least get some sort of assurance.
That's what's happened.
Russell, he's a handy player. He's very good. He's much improved scorer.
Absolutely,
he's a handy left-hander. So he's they're going to still be a force. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, absolutely. You've got Stephen Curry at the helm.
Klay Thompson's still there,
and Klay will be back for playoffs. So
yeah, I mean, I know he's injured. The poor fella's done his ACL, but
yep.
If he rehabs it fine, he's going to be certainly pushing to be back for playoffs. And furthermore, the only other thing that the Golden State Warriors have lost as well is they've lost Cook, their backup point guard.
Quinn Cook,
That's it. He's pretty handy.
They've signed. They've obviously got Kalen Looney back. He's massive, but they've signed Willie Cauley-Stein.
Oh, really?
Do you know him from the Sacramento
Yeah,
Kings?
yeah,
Willie?
from the
Yeah.
Kings, yeah.
He's long, he's big, he's massive, man.
Yeah.
And he played really, really well last season for the Kings. So he's a massive pickup. Man,
Okay,
for the
yeah.
center as well. So you've got obviously D'Angelo Russell had an All-Star year last year. You got him starting in the shooting guard for you for Clay. You've still got Steph. You've got Willie Cauley-Stein. You've still got Draymond Green. Mate, they're still a championship team.
Yeah. Oh,
With Steve Kerr at the helm.
Especially a couple of years ago, they were a championship team, but now all these superstar teams starting to get put together, finally we have balance in the NBA. Let's put it that way.
But they do. But I don't think the Warriors dynasty's over just yet.
No.
We can't call that. But it'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
This back end here.
Definitely.
The only other thing for the Eastern Conference, a few things happened, Jim.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's gone to Miami.
Yeah.
Now, Hassan Whiteside's now with the Portland Trail Blazers, so he really doesn't have another, besides Goran Dragic, another good player there, so I don't know how he's going to go there.
Okay.
But Kemba Walker's in Boston now, as everyone would already know.
Yeah, crazy. That's
mate, it was a late change. A late, what do you call it? Change of heart.
Yeah.
For him there. So it just depends. I think Charlotte sort of lowballed him with an offer, and he's gone, well,
yeah, well, look,
stuff it. I'm going to go.
His initial intentions were to stay in Charlotte,
They were,
but
yeah.
obviously with found some sort of disrespect with the offer that he's
Yeah,
received.
exactly. I understand their loyalty.
It'd be stupid not to go to a bigger market club like that and take the money.
You can actually win.
Yeah.
So it will be very interesting, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
To finish off the Eastern Conference as well, Al Horford to the 76ers.
Yeah, wow. He's going to be handy there with Embiid and Simmons still. So
they've re-signed Tobias Harris as well. So they're going to be big, man. They've got Ben Simmons at the point guard.
Yeah, he's
massive.
Solid.
Josh Richardson they've got from Miami at the 2.
Yeah.
Very long, athletic as well.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris, Al Horford, who's a 7-footer, and Joel Embiid, who's a 7-footer.
Yeah, they're huge, man.
So, man, in this day and age in the NBA, how do you see them competing with that big lineup?
I still think it comes down to Ben Simmons being able to make an outside bloody shot. Just hit a friggin' three, mate.
Just at the elbow, Ben. Just at the elbow. That's all we ask.
A straight on three. It's the shortest route to the friggin' basket. It's not that hard.
Do you think?
But no, honestly, they need it. They've obviously lost JJ Redick, so they've lost a bit of shooting there.
Yes.
They need it. With their length and everything, they're going to be really tough to match up on. We know that.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
They still need better shooters all round. I mean, we know Harris can shoot.
Yeah.
What else? They need to fill their role players with shooters.
The thing is, exactly. The role players need to be shooters, but you still have that 3-point presence with Al Horford who can shoot threes.
Yeah, well, he's going to bring that fire out.
And he'll help Joel because Joel can shoot threes as well.
Yeah.
So, man, even for their bigs, they still can shoot, but you're right. They need to have the role players.
Their role players need to be up. They need someone to stand in the corner of the 3-point line and draw that defense so that if that defender's going to have to make the decision whether they're going to help on the driving Simmons or they're going to give up that 3-point shot. So
right,
that's... Yeah,
mate,
they're building.
Conference, mate.
They're building. Yeah, definitely.
Like it's gonna be it's gonna be tough. Obviously, the Western's still very strong, but it's as we said before.
Yeah,
they've Thanos the league, mate. He's balanced it out. So it's gonna be very interesting. Probably the last little thing.
Cool. Last thing
I'll chat about on the NBA, mate. Obviously, a lot's happened. You've got the Pelicans. I want to ask you, Jim. What's going to happen? You've obviously got the young core now, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart's gone there. You've obviously drafted Zion Williamson, who's unfortunately done his knee.
Yeah, by the way, explosive start. Some of those first 5-minute highlights. Whew,
but let me put this to you, Jim. He's the second heaviest player in the league already.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's athletic, sure. How is his knees going to cope with that much weight playing 82 games in 1 year?
That's the biggest concern. Like straight away, you look at him and you think, how long can those knees hold up without an ACL?
Well, apparently not even a game.
Yeah,
he's already got a bruised knee from obviously had a clash, but still, like these things are going to happen with his weight as well.
Yeah.
So that's something the Pelicans obviously got to look at. They're going to look at losing weight.
Look, he's a first year player. I mean, I know it's not really something you have to think about a lot of the time is load management with rookies.
Yep.
I know, especially AFL, NRL, load management is big, and maybe they need to sort of adopt a similar sort of thing because he is such a big boy.
Yeah.
Will they have to try and set him up on a separate gym program to everyone else and really tailor something to him and manage him?
And I'm sure they will. And that's where the NBA is going these days, is that management with injuries and stuff. You've seen Kawhi miss 22 games this year and was healthy for the playoffs to go that whole way, where teams like the Warriors, who Clay and stuff played a lot more games, probably played 70 games.
Yeah, exactly,
games. are getting injured later in the playoffs because there's just too much
strain on them. It's a lot of basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Year,
So that's where you'll see the NBA going.
Let's just see. I think it's a good point you raise, though. I mean, he is a lot bigger than any other rookie I can think of, other than LeBron James in the past however long.
But even LeBron, mate,
as a small forward, I'm saying,
he's built like he should be in the NFL, mate. He's ridiculous.
He's a blocker.
Even LeBron was quite small when he first came in the league. Like he was athletic, but wasn't that big. So
yeah, well, they're definitely gonna have to tailor something for him.
Mate, it's gonna be interesting. And I think the biggest free agency pickup in this one, mate, would surely have to be Jared Dudley going to the Lakers for a 1-year deal.
Look, guys, if you missed
long awaited.
He is an absolute all-star. Look, I'm predicting an all-star season from Jared Dudley.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah,
for the Lakers?
He's an athletic beast.
Apparently, he called the Lakers front office and pitched himself to them.
Look, it doesn't surprise me, mate.
It worked out for him, mate.
Yeah,
he's in one of the best.
What do you know what he signed for?
I think it was 1 year. Oh goodness,
$2 million or something.
I think it was a bit over the vet minimum. I think it was a little bit over that. But
jeez, you wouldn't be paying him over the vet minimum, would you?
No, you wouldn't think so. Well, look at the Lakers. They've just signed Boogie 2 years to a vet minimum.
Jared Dudley's earning more money than Boogie, mate.
JaVale McGee's earning more money than Boogie Cousins. Where did we think this was going to happen, mate?
That's crazy.
Like, it's out of this world. This free agency was out of this world.
Yeah.
Like,
and look, there's still, I mean, not as much, hopefully. But there's a lot more to come.
There is. Danny Green to Lakers as well, mate.
Yeah,
that's a massive pickup. So it's going to be very interesting this year.
There's a lot to keep on track of, but we'll try and do our best over the next week, guys, and try and collect everything that's happened over the week and spit it out at you in 5 minutes.
Make sure we keep you all updated.
Yeah,
with the first bit here. But
moving on.
What have we got next, Jimbo?
So we need to recap sort of what's happening elsewhere, and we want to touch on the NRL.
The Origin that we missed.
So we missed that last week. We obviously were going to discuss that last week, but we missed out on that.
Big performance.
Yeah.
From the Blues, mate.
Look,
we're still a bit bitter about it.
If you look at my face, okay, stare right in the barrel. All right. Pick your game up, Queensland, mate. Not good enough.
You can yell. You can raise your voice, Jimmy. That's all right.
New South Wales, they were too good, mate.
They were dominant.
Big crowd over in Perth, and they got around it. 60,000 there, and it seemed like a bit of an atmosphere there. So
good for the NRL and good for Origin.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
Get over there and
definitely.
Do that. So just
they dominated. New South Wales dominated everything
from start to finish. New South Wales dominant. Like there's no other word really. Dominated possession, 59% to 41%.
So they had more of the ball. They had plus 800 meters run meters. Sorry, so they really dominated the run game, and they owned most of the field the whole game. So
absolutely
6-1 line breaks, and also Queensland had plus 17 missed tackles as well. So when you're breaking the line that much, the amount of pressure on the backs to defend is just it's too much. You can't expect with these athletes now. You can't miss tackles. Such a high amount of missed tackles and expect to be in the game. It's just not going to happen.
It's going to cost you, mate. So game 3 in Sydney is going to be very difficult for the Queenslanders.
Oh yeah, it's going to be
going
tough.
down into their home field and trying to obviously
there'll be 80,000 New South Wales from
there. Mate, it's going to be tough. So to claw back from a tough loss in game 2, it's going to be interesting. But hopefully the boys can bounce back. Hopefully Kevin gets them going.
No, Queensland. Look, it's hard to be too disappointed. I know I was a bit disappointed before, but no, they've had a big 10, 12 year run. I mean,
they have.
It's about time New South Wales actually really were.
we almost got sick of winning, mate.
We almost got sick of winning, to be honest.
Which is unheard of.
Hopefully they can go down there and at least. Hopefully they can at least be competitive down there. We don't want to see a 38 points to 4 drumming again. Exactly.
It
can't happen. Queenslanders are too proud, I think, to let that happen.
Exactly, and we'll have to. That's obviously coming over the next week or so. So
so it should be next Wednesday coming. I think
it will be.
I would say so. So stay tuned for that, guys, and still support the Maroons. And a lot of good things to come over the next few years.
Heading over to the ICC, Jimbo. What's
so the cricket.
What's happened over there with the cricket?
Aussies have dropped to second on the ladder now. So they've had a shock loss to South Africa. Actually, they lost by 10 runs.
Did see that bit of a.
Yeah, look, they're
7-2
now. There was 2 standout performers for the Aussies, and that David Warner had 122 runs. So look, you can't really fault him. He's been in really good form. And the other one again, I mentioned him on the first video podcast the week before. Sorry, Alex.
Week, mate.
Yeah, we didn't have one last.
They're still bitter about that.
They're still bitter. We had Alex Carey as well. So he comes in bats at 7. He's the wicket keeper, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty confident he is. But yeah, he had 85 runs as well. So that's the second
massive.
game where he's scored over 77 runs. And he's coming in down at 7. So it's a good point because, you know, if those top enders don't perform, which other than David Warner, they didn't. He's really been a massive help for us there. He got us over the line against New Zealand by doing that.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, he couldn't get us over the line this time.
Not in this one, mate.
So it's just the top enders need to continue to.
But at least we're going now. We're playing England in the semi-final.
Yeah.
So that's obviously going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's over, and it's obviously the World Cup's in England,
home,
so it's going to be a full house of English people.
We're going to have to go in there and
crazy
beat
game.
them in their own home field, which is going to be quite difficult. But the way we've been playing the whole
there's no reason
World
to
Cup,
suspect that we won't.
No,
yeah.
absolutely.
So good luck to the boys over there fighting. Yeah.
Good on you, boys. But mate, to jump in now, there's a segment that's been that we missed.
We missed
the other podcast. We didn't throw it in, but beer of the week, mate.
Beer of the week,
as you can see.
Yeah. So
what have we got, Jimbo?
We've
gone with treating ourselves with.
We've gone with the German local lager. It's a Lowenbrau.
Lowenbrau.
Yeah. So
just the original, mate.
Yeah. So it's the original Lowenbrau. If you guys want to, if you want to get a close up on that. So,
just capture its beauty.
Yeah, so 1.4 standard drinks.
Yeah.
It's got a bit
5.2%.
Yeah, so it's got a bit more of a. It's sort of
heavy.
a malty taste. It's a bit more of a full lager. So
it is. It punches you in the face.
It does, look, if you have a few, mate. If you have a few of these, you won't need dinner. It fills you right up.
No. Well,
it's like
eating's cheating, they say, Jimbo.
No,
isn't that the
eating's cheating? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that what they say? So, no, mate,
it's good. I enjoy it, mate. Yeah,
it is a good drop. Head down to your local bottle shop and grab a carton of Lowenbrau.
Yeah, well, the 6-packs are only like $18, so
which is quite cheap these days, mate. They're stiffing us with the old beer 6-packs.
Yeah, bloody tax. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started.
GST, mate.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna keep it right. If you guys want us to try one of your favourite beers or something that we may have not tried before, like let us know. Give us inbox on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll try
any
some
new beers. Yeah. If you want to, obviously, if you have any suggestions, like we said, we'll make sure we
for sure
get in contact and get the beer out to you.
Let's do it.
But off the back of that, Jimbo, it's probably the more favoured segment.
It is. Look, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but we've given Jimmy's Lad of the Week another run, guys. So obviously, we've had a big week. I would have loved this person to be my Lad of the Week last week, but I'm going to make it this week because it's just too good not to.
No, we couldn't go past him.
It was pretty awesome. So for those of you who missed the full story, I'll give you sort of a quick rundown on what's going on. So Israel Folau, he's been sacked from Rugby Australia due to sort of statements he made regarding homosexuality and condemning that and, you know, saying basically homosexuals are going to hell. So Rugby Australia have dropped him for that. It's harsh. It's bloody harsh, mate. And
almost didn't know how to react.
Rugby Australia have fired him, which I think is fair enough. I mean, if you're going to come out and say that on Twitter, look, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, man.
Yeah, let's get that straight.
Yeah, let's get that.
Let's get that. On the sideline, we agree. Everyone has their own. They're entitled to their own opinion.
100%. So this, you know, if that's what you believe, if that's your religion, that's fine. I just think the way he went about it's wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't need to. He's been warned the first time. So he signed the contract. There was obviously contract, small writing in there, you know, indicating these are the things we can't be doing on social media.
Yep.
You've signed the contract. You agreed to be paid your millions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
You warned to stop doing that on social media. Shut up. Just shut your mouth. Simple. So now he's cracked the shits. He's had a bit of a sook. He's trying to sue Rugby Australia, and he's come out with a bloody GoFundMe account.
Oh, could you believe it?
A GoFundMe account to fund his court fees, you know, to be able to get this court.
What does the average Aussie bloke or blokeette make in here, mate? What, 50, 55 grand a year?
Yeah.
And that bloke is on how much money?
Probably a few mil a year.
And he wants us to fund his court fees.
And he has like 8 houses.
Come on, mate.
Sell a house and then, mate, so kick one of your renters out. And,
exactly.
Yeah, but honestly, so he's begging for money like he's some pleb on the side of the street. So it's pretty disappointing, but that brings us to the Lad of the Week.
Who's Lad of the Week?
So in
can't
sort of
be Israel Folau, can it?
Definitely not. So in response to that though, one of my favourite ex-AFL players, he's a bit of a bad boy. Dane Swan, he's come out.
Bit of a bad boy.
He's very funny guy, man. I like Dane Swan. I rate him.
Good bloke.
But yeah, so he's come out and he's started his own GoFundMe account to fund his Vegas trip. So with his boys. So I think that's bloody hilarious.
Vegas trip with
he's
the boys.
He's just taking the absolute piss out of his.
Did he get a bit of momentum on it, Jimbo? Did he raise a bit of money?
I donated the 20 myself. Look, he said he needs to fund his alcohol and women sort of. You know, so I thought no better thing to donate to.
Well, hookers, alcohol, they don't pay for themselves, do they?
They're not free.
So
they don't just go on trees.
Get this money from somewhere.
I thought that was bloody hilarious, man. Like Dane Swan, that is so funny.
Good on your legend. That's funny.
Good on you, mate. So that's earned lad of the week.
Well earned lad of the week.
Definitely.
But on the back of Dane Swan though, mate, we switching over to the AFL shortly.
Yes, surely. Bit of a segue.
It's been another big weekend, I should say, for the AFL. Started off on Friday night, Hawthorn versus Collingwood.
Yeah, definitely.
Now that went a different way than most thought it was gonna end.
Hawthorn sitting 15th on the ladder, Collingwood sitting third.
Third now, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so they're third, and so you know most people would sort of assume that'd be a regulation win.
You'd think it'd be a normal Friday night game of footy. Collingwood getting the
Collingwood getting the
W,
but
low place
the Hawks ended up winning that 67-63, so they pipped them at the post there.
Massive game, and Collingwood led most of the game.
Yeah,
which was funny. Well, till midway, and then obviously
midway
Hawks,
through the last quarter.
Last quarter, then Hawks sort of turned it on and put them away. So
yeah, no, it was a huge game for them. So they're in a massive form slump at the moment. You know, they're struggling to sort of.
Well, they lost last week as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they've lost three or 4 weeks in a row. But they're in a bit of a slump. So I don't know if.
You wonder what's going on there. Is it anything in the locker room, or is it just?
Nah, look, all good teams at some point in the year go through a bit of a slump. Some teams start really, really strongly, like Collingwood have done, and then go through a sort of patch of about 3 to 4 weeks where they drop form and then prime ready for finals again. So to be honest with you, that's what I'm expecting is going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But look, it's. Buckley hasn't been shy in the media. He's come out and just blasted them. So
he wouldn't be happy, would he?
It's interesting coaching style. You know,
blasting your players in the media. But
he does. He tends to blast them. So but I don't know if that helps him or not.
He seems to get the most out of them. So I'm sure he knows what he's doing, Buckley. So
yeah, but it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to be fine. They'll bounce back.
I'm sure they will. They're a classy side. So, but we're also seeing the Bombers fly up, mate.
Oh, you're joking. So I think they're out of it now. But they were briefly in the 8. Now they're sitting about 9th.
They're 9th
so
now.
They've sort of scrapped. They're fighting their way back into the season. Yeah,
they're playing a lot better on this back end of the season. I think than what
they do that every year though.
Yeah,
every year.
But I think they haven't put themselves too low. They didn't put themselves too low in their first half of the year to not be able to climb back.
It's realistic to say that they could make finals, and actually, if they do make finals, they generally play better footy in the back half of the year. So hopefully they find form, and then even if they slip into 7th or 8th position, they can maybe win that first elimination final, and then the sky's the limit for them.
Yeah, exactly. And to beat Sydney was obviously by 10 is massive. It was very scrappy.
Yeah,
it was the funnest game to watch.
If you weren't an Essendon or Sydney fan, you wouldn't have watched it.
No, you wouldn't have touched it on the
It was a grubby old footy game.
Yeah, it wasn't appealing, but the Bombers pulled away in the 4th. Did what they needed to do.
Definitely too strong.
Rampy wasn't able to grab onto the goalpost, unfortunately, Jim.
Unfortunately for Sydney fans, Dane Rampy couldn't quite climb the pole this time.
He didn't quite get up there, did he? Didn't get the opportunity.
If he did it 2 times, that's 2 goals Bombers don't kick, you know. And
there's a difference.
There's a difference right there. So Rampy, get back to climbing that goalpost, and you might win a couple more games.
Get back on that horse, mate. It's all right.
Get back. It's all right. Keep on.
Get back there.
It's all right, mate. It's all right. No.
But mate, it's going to be, and as I said before, if they do get in the 8, mate, they're going to make some noise in the finals, that's for sure.
They're a dangerous team. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and they've proven they can beat the top teams or come close to the top teams. So, mate, why not? Why would you?
If they're on, they're a very good team.
It's the inconsistency that's going to kill them, but we'll have to see that one. But another score. Do we even mention this one?
We're going to have to. It's a whole nother topic on its own. The Gold Coast Suns.
The good old Gold Coast Suns. Hey?
Tigers, 150 to the Gold Coast Suns, 58.
You let them have 150 points.
They had 103 at half-time.
Oh.
And that's at home too. That's at Metricon.
Was that at the Goldie?
Yeah, Metricon Stadium, yeah.
Oh.
So look.
How many fans were sitting in the crowd at the end
Well, there would have been about 385 at half-time, and then there was about 14 at the end of the game. Like... Seriously, like what? This is not. It's actually not funny. Like
they've got to do this. The AFL's got to do something.
They've got it. The AFL have to. The AFL have to step in. The The amount of players that have left that club over the past 5 years, I can guarantee you if they had that core group stay together, they would be deep finals, if not premiership team.
And that's
there
the
is a
problem,
lot of guys. Tom Lynch, Jago O'Meara, Prestia. They've got a bunch of A-lister guns that have left that club.
Yeah, exactly right.
And it's they get these big Victorian clubs, and Eddie Maguire's behind half of it.
Yeah,
half of these
he would be too.
Collingwood teams like Collingwood, Richmond, and Hawthorn just scouting players
scouting all the talent.
And if the AFL are serious about these expander teams, I know GWS have done a lot better than them over the past few years, and that is obviously due to management and culture and things like that. But if you're investing such a large amount of money, like the AFL are in such a negative with the Gold Coast Suns and for the GWS as well, they're in a huge financial negative. Trying to supply those two clubs. It's purely an investment. It's like negative gearing on a house. You buy a rental house, you don't expect to make money on that straight away. That's a huge negative that they've invested.
Yeah, I see.
And they're just gonna spend all this millions of dollars trying to build this club in Gold Coast, which we know is a really, really tough market. We've seen in other sports, soccer, NRL. Exactly. It doesn't really last. Work. If you're gonna spend the money on it, you've got to provide extra things to increase the chances that players are gonna stay at that club. I don't know. You give them priority picks, that's fine.
Yeah.
You keep giving them priority picks,
but then they keep leaving.
Then they're still going to leave. So there needs to be something else in place. If you're going to spend the money on doing that AFL, you need to help them out because this is embarrassing. Like the clubs,
it's ruining it.
What else is going to happen? They're going to get belted every week if every single first round draft pick they take ends up leaving after the first 2 years.
And obviously, if you've got the young talent there and you are going to have something in place to have them stay there, you're going to get more fans, more people on the Gold Coast. There's a heap of people on the Gold Coast.
Exactly.
They're going to get around the Suns. There's more. You're going to get more people, more seats, more memberships.
We look at it with our Lions boys as well.
Look at how many memberships now.
The memberships have skyrocketed. We know people generally, 50% of sports fans they are bandwagoners. That's look at the NBA. Look at the NBA.
There's very little die-hard.
Can you imagine the spike of Golden State Warriors membership sales as soon as KD came, or when Curry started becoming the player he was? So we know that it takes time, but if you're willing to spend that money and you want to invest, put a bloody good effort in keeping and retaining those players so that people are going to rock up. You need to pull your fingers out.
You've got to do something about it.
Something's happening.
You've got to do something about it. Just so we don't have scores like this anymore, which is just woeful.
They've been in the season. They've been in the league since like 2007-ish.
They're
literally getting belted 100 points every week for the past 10 years.
You've got to do something, mate.
Something's got to happen.
But we'll hopefully the AFL Commissioner can listen to our podcast.
Gil McLaughlin. Please, mate, just do something.
Please,
give us a call. I can help you chat through the
What
financials.
do we have to do, mate?
I can help you through the situation, right? But yeah, so going to the old showdown.
Yeah, it was probably the game of the week, you'd think.
Coming into it, that would have been the game of the week, yeah.
Adelaide versus Port Adelaide. Wasn't as close as we'd hoped.
No, Port Adelaide actually just asserted dominance, man. So they jumped
them, mate. Yeah.
So then now they sit. So Port jumped the Crows on the ladder now, so they're sitting 7th.
7th, aren't they?
The Crows only scored 44 points while the Power had 101, so it was a pretty dominant performance from them.
It was, and massive.
Tommy Rockcliff.
Yeah, he had a big performance, didn't he?
He had like 37 touches, so he got dropped last week. He had 57 in the Samful.
Wow.
The Div 2 league in Adelaide. He had 57 last week. So he had 57 touches, and he's just come back in and just basically told the coaches, why the hell would you drop me? So
literally.
A bit of a statement from him.
Yeah, made a statement, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And to sort of round off the ones, two left from Saturday night, but a bit of an upset from the Bulldogs and Geelong game, mate.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned for Geelong. I think they're a bloody classy team. They're deservingly so the number one team in the league.
And you're going to have games like this through the year, mate. Like
you can't be on every single week.
You're a high performing team, but you're going to have games where this sort of stuff happens, mate. And you just got to ride through it and solidify yourself still on first place. So
I expect them.
I'm sure they're not worried
next week.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not worried. Yeah. And then the Freo and West Coast game.
Another
battle
drumming.
Over,
this week has been it's a full of smashings this week,
which is not appealing to watch really if you're
just a fan of the sport.
Fan of the sport and watching every week is not appealing. But 122-31, pumped. Another near 100-point win. From the derby out there.
They're going to be premiership contenders again this year, the Eagles. They've now solidified their second spot. They're a strong side, mate.
They are a strong side. How did our Lions beat them in the first round, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, well, we were lucky we played them so early on in the
So
year.
early, I know we were quite, because they've obviously come in a lot more form at the back end here. So
yeah, well,
we are quite.
That generally is the case when you've won a premiership. The first couple of rounds, you've almost got a little bit of a premiership hangover. The team still sort of you start preseason a bit later.
Yeah.
You don't hit your straps until halfway through the year, and they're starting to do that now. So
so
they're
you'll see them
gonna
come into form in finals.
Look, other than at this stage, I don't because I always assumed that Collingwood were going to be my favourites this year.
Yep.
Obviously, Geelong are playing really good footy, but I see it more being a West Coast Geelong final than a Collingwood.
Oh, okay. You don't think Collingwood will...
I think... I know Collingwood have dropped form, but I expect them to regain that. But I expect with all teams at their peak...
Yep.
I actually expect West Coast to be a real factor this year.
Oh, well, it'll be interesting to see. We haven't got many rounds to go yet, man. I'm not sure.
Only about 7 or 8.
Something around that. So
it's really heating up now.
And before we get to our new segment, mate, we've had a little bit happen in the Wimbledon with Nick Kyrgios, as always, in the news, mate. Doesn't matter what he's doing. The poor bloke can't catch a break, can he?
Look, he was a close lad of the week after what he did. That press conference, we'll get to that in a second. That was pretty hilarious.
But he had a massive performance. Few stats. He lost in the 4-set match. Yeah. But the thing that really stood out to me, he had 29 aces to Rafa's 11 as well, which is really good.
Oh, he is pretty tall and long.
But he plays like that. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's where he sort of his probably main focus is with his tennis game. So the classic post-match interview that's going around. What happened, Jim?
How good was it? Oh, so basically the reporters asking. So obviously there was a point in the match where Nick Kyrgios lined up Rafa with a body shot. He swung down and trying to hit him in the chest. And look, if you're playing 1-on-1, and there's a guy on the other side of the net, and there's a fraction of the court you need to hit, and he's standing in the way. You've got to take the shot. What are you going to do? Hit it out?
No.
So the reporters asked him, why didn't he apologise to Rafa? He did hit him in the chest and hit him in a bit with the racket. Tennis etiquette should say that he should apologise, but Nick just basically roasted the reporter. It's like, why should I apologise? Like, I won the point.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What's your problem?
Why should I apologise?
And look, I agree with him.
Yeah, I agree with, and most people did, mate. If you looked on the Facebook comments, most people agree with him. So,
and that's where you get expert opinion.
Yeah, on the Facebook, top fan badges.
Look,
you can always trust them, can't you?
There is minimal nuffies on the Facebook comments of any sports post.
Oh, gotta love it.
That's our top-notch reporting. We looked at the Facebook posts,
and we thought this is where we're gonna get our research right here from our top Facebook fans, mate.
Yeah. No, but like he had every right to roast that reporter, and
he did.
And
we agree with you, Nick.
The night before, he was in the pub till nearly midnight. Yeah. Before you're playing Rafael Nadal in a Wimbledon match.
He just doesn't care. He just doesn't really care enough. And look, it is what it is. That's fine.
He earns so much money, but good on him.
And pretty much, he said in the interview, he's like, just depends how much I want it at the time. If I want it. It's like he just doesn't really like... He doesn't really care that much.
Look, I can understand why some people in the Australian tennis world would be... Yeah. Especially with some other things he's done in the past. Like, he is a bit of a flog.
Yeah, he has done some floggy things, but...
At least he's not a generic player that will get an interview and go, full credit to the boys, I did this and that. He just tells you. Like, he's entertainment at its finest. Like, enjoy it while it can, because everyone else is so politically correct that it's boring.
There won't be one like him, I don't think.
No.
Mate, so
enjoy it while you can, because he's funny. He's good.
And Tomic had another spurt or something, apparently. Yeah. He had another, didn't really see much
he just doesn't have the skill as Kyrgios does. So it's like, at least you're a flog, but you can't really play tennis either. So you're just a flog.
You're just a flog all around. But at least Nick can go on and he pushed Rafa, mate. He lost the first one 3-6, but won the second one 6-3, but lost the last two 6-7, 6-7.
Yeah, so he's a bit stiff.
He was there, and that's against Rafa, who's one of the top tennis performers in the world. Yeah, mate, hats off to him there as well. Right. But guys, thanks for sticking with us.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Our new segment, Jim, Challenge of the Week.
Yeah,
so. What are we doing, Jim?
So we've already filmed it. It's a soccer challenge. So what we've done is we've had a one-on-one soccer challenge, and the loser's going to be drinking a shoey out of the other one's shoe. So we're going to cross to that right now.
It's going to be fun, mate. So we'll jump over to it now. So enjoy. Hey guys, here it is. Challenge of the week, Jimbo. What do we reckon?
What we're going to do, we're going to have 5 shots each. You can be the goalie for 5 and I'll be the goalie for 5. Whoever makes the most shots is the one who can give his shoe to the other one.
Punishment's going to have to do a shoey, mate, so...
It's going to be full on.
That's going to be interesting, so...
yeah, let's do it. So who's up first?
You go kick first.
I'll start first, let's go. Alright guys, here we go. It's my first shot now, so let's get into it.
Oh, mate.
Alright. Oh, yes! Would you believe it?
Might as well hand me the shoe.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he's done it again! He's called him Messi! He's Here
we go.
This is
Here we go.
must
This is a must kick here.
Oh, it's gone! It went.
You are.
Oh. So it's 2-1 to me. Yep. It's my third shot. Oh. Yes! Get around it!
Of course he gets a ring out, eh? We're out. He's terrible, mate.
That's it.
Is it?
That's it. You already won.
Yeah.
I'm 3. This is my 4th shot. If I sink this, it's done. And we're doing a shoey. Donnie's doing a shoey. Oh, he missed it. He shanked it. What's the score up?
3-1. Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me, mate.
No. It's my last shot. I think it's done.
Yeah.
I think it's over.
Oh.
This will just be the icing on the cake here.
We'll cut it once it kicks in.
Come on, can he finish with a flurry? Ronaldo. Oh! Alright guys, what a bloody ripper. Jimmy's done
I realise that I'm probably not as good at soccer as I thought I was.
So, for those of you who know the punishment, we know it's a shoey out of the winner's shoe. Don't try and drink too much now.
Yeah,
this is a grubby shoe of mine I've had for 3 years. It's a warhorse of a shoe. It's been through absolutely heaps.
There's dirt and shit all through the side.
Alright mate, so I suppose you're left with nothing but to just do the shoey for the winner.
Good lord.
Give it some, mate. Go hard. There we go.
Jesus. There's grass and shit. It's floating in the beer.
Look at the commitment. Look at the commitment. Oh man. Oh, put it there, son.
That puts your hairs on your chest, doesn't it? Yeah, good on you.
Alright, we'll see you next week for next week's challenge.
Thanks guys. Welcome back guys. Hope you've enjoyed that.
Yeah. We sure did.
No, good.
No,
it was really fun.
We put our bodies on the line for you guys, so please, please, if that doesn't earn a subscribe,
if that doesn't earn one subscribe, I don't know what else we can do for you, you know? So, no, look, we'll bring that to you every week as well.
Yeah.
We're going to throw a poll out through the week every week what challenge we can do, what punishment we should do.
Please comment.
So,
please vote.
Fun for you guys, not so fun for us. But no.
Look, what we do for the entertainment.
It's all worth it, mate. But look, that pretty much nearly wraps us up, Jim.
Yeah.
To finish us off, the coveted Donny's multi of the week.
The coveted. It's an absolute...
To finish us off, guys, look, again, we're bringing this one back. Jump on with me here. What we're looking at is a 5-legger this week, Jim.
Nice. Bit more than last week.
We're starting off with Ash Barty to win her first set there.
Yeah, well, that's guaranteed.
That's almost guaranteed against Harriet Dart, and that's on Monday. That's paying $1.20, Jim. So we're going to start off nice and easy.
Okay.
Start off nice and easy.
Yep.
We're going to have Cronulla to beat... Cronulla to beat Brisbane by 1-12.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's paying $3.20 today.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No, that's pretty good.
They just got to hope that the Broncos don't get blown out.
That's what I mean. If the Broncos
can...
Cronulla will win, but we just got to hope it's going to be between that 1-12.
Yeah.
Now, we've got the soccer here. USA to beat Netherlands in the semi. That's paying $1.36. Another easy one, Jim.
Another easy one,
We're just going to stick around there.
Yeah, nice.
Now,
man, I'm on your back.
We're looking good.
You're carrying me through this coveted gold.
We've got Australia to beat England in the ICC, mate.
Yes, so the cricket boys, yeah.
$2.20.
Okay, yep.
So England were favourites there,
That's
but Australia, like we said, it's definitely a winnable game.
They're killing it at the moment, yeah.
To finish us off, we're going to the AFL, Jimbo.
Yes.
Brisbane, our Lions,
to
beat GWS by 1-39. Now, it's going to be a tough gig for them.
Very tough
to go down there and win that one, but that's paying $3.75.
We have faith in the boys, though.
Now, this is probably my best put together multi so far, I reckon, Jim.
So what he's doing right now is his horns right here, and he's just tooting it. So we'll wait for the end.
Hear me out, guys. We'll put a $20 stake on this one, Jim.
$20.
And the potential winnings here are $861.69.
You wouldn't bloody believe it.
Now, that's flights to Fiji. That's flights to Bali, mate. On sale, that's flights to LA.
That's a Kevin 07 stimulus package back in 2007. All right? If you voted Kevin 07, why wouldn't you bloody put it on this?
Yeah, come on.
Same potential money.
Same money. Better result, mate, I think.
Much better result. You don't have a dweeby twerp running the country, but you still get your $800.
Mate, it is unbelievable multi. Definitely whip up your Sportsbet account right now. I hope the cameraman's zooming into my face. Jump on over to Sportsbet. Throw it on. Win some money with me, because this is probably my best one yet.
Look.
And let's all go to Bali. We'll have a week there, mate.
We'll have a cheers.
We'll have a Lowenbrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have a couple of German beers, and we'll enjoy a holiday with all that money.
But that's going to wrap us up, guys. Look, thanks again for watching another episode for Opinions from the Sideline. We enjoy recording it. We have fun doing it.
We have fun doing it. Yeah. So.
We talk sport every day of our lives. So why not send our wisdom out to the public and let everyone watch.
All right, guys. We'll hopefully see you next week, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Stay